Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Nadawa from Paper Flow Designs, and I'm just hopping on here really quickly to talk to you about 3 ways to get paid with digital art. I've been doing this for a while, about less than 3 years now. I sell my art on Etsy, and it's working out pretty well for me. And since I do get a lot of questions from customers asking me, you know, that they want to make their own files, they don't know where to start, they don't know like how it's done. I figured, okay, I'll come on here and try to answer some questions for you guys. So along the way, if you have any questions as well, go ahead and write them into the comments. And even if I don't see them now, or if you're watching on the replay, I try to check back and come back and answer questions as often as I can. So go ahead and drop your questions in if you have any as well. So the 3 ways that I suggest that you can get paid using digital art, I like to make things simple and easy, just because if it works, why complicate things? I start off with my 3P principles, I'll say, is your to pick, and pick. So you pick a niche, which is like picking a category, pick a platform, pick where you want to sell them, and pick a purpose. I'll just explain what I mean by those 3 things. So picking a niche or a niche, depending on the way you want to say it, is just picking like the category or the theme of what you want to do. Not to say that you have to pigeonhole yourself, but when you just like pick one thing, it's just easier to get started than trying to like say, okay, I'm going to make everything for everybody. You're just going to like give yourself a headache that way. So I started out with drawing designs based mostly on like African American and Black people, because if you know my little backstory, my son, when he was in school, he came home one day and said he wanted to be Batman, and a kid at school told him like, you can't be Batman because Batman's not Black. So we had talk. I said, you can be whatever you want. And I realized that maybe, this kid at school said that because he doesn't see a lot of images of, Black people, African American people, and as superheroes, as different things. So I figured, okay, I'll, in my own small little way, figure out a way that I can change that. So that's my niche that I picked. Yours could be, I don't know, anything. Like it could be about, I don't know, homesteading, or like, what is it called? Home farm art. I'm losing the word, but it could be about rustic designs. It could be about like women. It could be about LGBTQ. Whatever it is that you're into. It could be religious. So that would be picking a niche. The second thing would be to pick a platform. There are so many places now where you can, tell people about your digital art, what you do. But I find that when you try to spread yourself too thin, you kind of lose focus. So I went with Etsy. It it's a good place to get started, just because people are already there looking for those things. So you don't have to like, make yourself like too tired to try to like promote your own self in the beginning, because those people are already there. So that's just one option. Etsy's a great option in my opinion. You can go the Shopify route. You can even go the Instagram route, which is just basically putting your, pictures of what you're doing on Instagram. I also did that in the beginning as well. So that's the second key. That's a platform. The third one is to pick a purpose. It kind of sort of overlaps with picking a niche, but picking a purpose in the sense of like, why are you doing this? I explained the reason why I started. Just because people chance to get to know you more, and they feel like, they know, the more they know your story, the more that they can identify with what you're doing and know that it's not just like for no reason. It might seem like it's like, woo woo out there, but it actually does help when people like, understand your reason for what you're doing. Um, yeah, they'll just want to, get to know what you're doing, get to see more of your ideas, and maybe, become a fan of yours too, and also maybe share your work. So that's another reason why you want to pick your purpose, because you'll find people who will be interested in what you're interested in and what you're doing. Using all of those 3 ways, that will help you to to get paid, which is what I do. I do this as a side hustle or side business, whatever you want to call it. Uh, Um, I have my drawing things, and that helped me to find people who were interested in what I was making, and they saw that and they figured, oh, you know what, I like that. I'll do that too. Excuse me if there's any glitches on here, just because I think my I don't know. Seems like it just went out. But I'm just gonna keep going because I can see myself on the screen and I hope that everything is well on your end too. But all this is to say that those three things help to get noticed and to get my drawings out there. So if you are interested in learning how to make your own digital drawing, there is a link in the description box you can click on that, find out more about it. It's a simple course, it's a video course with using Inkscape, which is my favorite software program to use. So I will just let you can get paid with SVG files. What I do is I started out by picking a niche. So my 3 picks, picking a niche, picking a category. Just because the smaller you start out with, the better. You can always hear when you pick one thing in the beginning to focus on. So pick your niche, pick your platform, pick where you're going to sell it. Because if you say, okay, I'm going to sell on like Facebook, on Instagram, on Etsy, on Shopify, you're kind of like spreading yourself out really thin. And the harder that you're working in the beginning, you might lose interest. So just pick one place to get started with. And it doesn't have to be online. It can be like by my friends. You're just picking that one place to get started with, then you can branch out from there. And the last P that I mentioned was to pick a purpose. So share the purpose of what you're doing with other people. The more that they get to know you, the more they'll be interested in sharing what you do with other people, which will also bring you more customers, meaning more money in your pocket. So I hope that was helpful for you. I hope you liked that. If you do have any questions, let me know to answer them for you. And also, if you're interested in the course, the link is in the description box and you can find out more about it over there. Have a great one, and I'll see you next week.